I'm at the British Library in London, a major research library and one of the largest libraries in the world. Well, they have a philatelic department with some of the most impressive collections of stamps and other philatelic items for everyone to explore. So let's go speak with the curators and see some of these collections on this episode of #Philately.
My name's Richard Scott Morrell and I'm one of the curators of the British Library's Philatelic Collections. The British Library is the national library of the United Kingdom and it includes a wide range of manuscripts, books, maps, objects, art and of course its world-class philatelic collections. The department was created in 1891 with a bequest to Thomas K Taplin's collection of world postage stamps and postal stationery, and subsequent acquisitions to the collections through the years now means that we have over 8.5 million collection items covering every aspect of the stamp design and security printing process. So here you can find the Perkins Bacon Cylinder D printing press used to print penny black. We have Hawaiian missionaries, we have inverted jennies, and we also have post office Mauritiuses. So there's really something here for everyone.
My name is Paul Skinner. I am lead curator of the Feathertech Collections. My role here is quite varied because as a department we tend to look after exhibiting material, the conservation of material, ordering books, a whole range of different things that might not be expected from somebody outside of the institution. So the backgrounds that we have here are some of the books, the reference that we use within the department. There's about 15,000 books within the office, but within the library on a larger scale, there are many more philatelic books used by our researchers. Now we also help other colleagues within the library with preparing things like exhibitions and that sort of thing. So we try to include Philately within work that is being done in other areas of the library to try and increase our exposure to a wider audience. So quite often we have curators come to us and saying, we're doing an exhibition on so-and-so, do you have anything? And we'll say, well, have you ever seen this? And it's great to see the curators get enthusiastic about our material because sometimes we have something that they just totally didn't expect, and that's one of the great things of the job, really.
Thomas K Taplin was a very successful businessman, politician and cricket player. And he was also a really passionate stamp collector, and during the 19th century he was able to purchase some of the finest philatelic collections of his day and subsume them within his hold. So he collected the famous stamp collection of the artists, the Calbot brothers. He was doing swapses with Ferrari for proof material, and what makes his collection unique in now it's really the only major Victorian collection remaining intact from the 19th century. All the rest have been broken up, and it's global in coverage and it's near complete with every issue from 1840 to his death in 1891. As you can imagine, that's quite a body of reference material, and it's very unique what he achieved. But it wasn't just about him buying his collection for personal use. He had a vision. He had a vision of establishing a national philatelic collection for everyone who could come in and view rarities that you just wouldn't encounter. And I think that's what's important about it. And he's left us quite a gauntlet and legacy, which is to develop our collections, promote them, preserve them, and make sure that people can enjoy them and conduct research on them for posterity. I think one of the most amazing things about Taplin, he lived a very full life, is the way that he was able to build this phenomenal collection of postage stamps, telegraph stamps and postal stationery, near complete, all before he was 36-year-old when he tragically died. That's just something that will never happen again. Today, we have over 70 major collections, as well as a range of official archives. So we have the Board of Inland Revenue Stamping Department Archive and the Crown Agent's Philatelic and Security Printing Archives. And these are of fundamental importance for philatelic research, because it's not just a story about the stamps, it's about every aspect of their creation and distribution. So you get the whole story about the manufacturing processes, the design processes, and they're unique. There's nothing else like them in the UK.
If you're ever visiting London, I would advise anybody to come to see the Feathertech Collections in the British Library, because you don't need an appointment to see items that are on display in the exhibition area. And anybody can come in, you just have to walk into the library, no admission fee, and within the public area of the library there are the exhibition frames on the upper ground floor, where we have pull-out slides that have some of the Feathertech Collections on display, so some of the highlights of the collections. It's about 5% of the entire holdings of the collection. So there's a lot of material to see. It's one of the largest permanent exhibitions of philatelic material anywhere within the world. We usually show half of the Taplin collection at any one time. So at the moment it's countries A to M, and then it will be changed over to M to Z, which is something that we may do shortly. For instance, the Post Office Mauritius is always on display, and for that we have several items relating to that issue. So we have a penny on cover, an unused tuppenny, but we also have the original invoice for engraving the plate and creating the hand stamps relating to that issue. We changed that exhibition area on a regular basis, so we do try to get new material down there quite frequently. Exhibition is open to the public during the normal hours of the opening hours of the library, so that's 7 days a week. But as I said, there's only a small percentage of the material is on display in the exhibition frames. If you want to see items or do research, then you can make an appointment with the department, and we will see you on a one-to-one basis and help you with your research and your inquiries. So you don't have to come to the library to talk to us. You can send us an email, and we welcome all inquiries. It doesn't matter if you're just starting or whether you're a real specialist. It can be on any aspect of philately, or revenues, or any other postal stationery, any of the disciplines that you might encounter.
One of the things I've really loved in recent years is kind of the growth of social philately via the various social media platforms, so Twitter, Instagram, YouTube. And it's been really, really inspiring to watch individuals all around the world share knowledge, learn, help one another, assist, and also forge friendships. I mean, the fact that we're speaking here today, I mean, we've met each other via our Twitter accounts. And, we've been able to communicate during the pandemic and share things. And it's been lovely watching this paradigm shift, this kind of rise of digital philately. And I think cultural institutions have a fundamental role here too. And in the near future, I think you're going to see the rise of more digitised collections, more social media content, and it's certainly something that Paul and I are very dedicated to here at the British Library's Philatelic Collections, and we want to be part of this and share with it and help make what's a really wonderful paradigm shift evolve into something even better.
Richard, are you going to allow me to actually see some items?
What do you want to see? Do you want to see an inverted Jenny? Would you like to see the 1765 Stamp Act proof sheet? Would you like to see a St Kilda mailboat? Or perhaps a micro?
Whoa, you have a St Kilda mailboat?
Yeah,
like a real one? Or
a real one. Should we get out?
Yeah, I want to see it.
Right, let's do it.
Oh, terrific.
Have you been up close and personal like this with one before?
Behind glass.
Behind glass.
Yes, this is the closest I've gotten to a actual inverted J.
So here we have one of the more unusual items within the collection.
If you're in London or passing through London, I highly encourage you to make this one of your stops. It's an opportunity to get a glimpse of some incredible rarities. Of course, if you're doing any research and you're looking for additional materials or guidance, consider reaching out to the Philatelic department and its curators. I'll leave links in the video description. As always, thank you for watching and happy exploring.